Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. Today I wanted to go through and give you guys an update with Bitcoin. We've had a recent sell-off over the last few hours, and I wanted to update you guys on a little fractal that I've noticed, which is leading us towards more upside. There's still a lot of people fearful. I've noticed a lot of people are starting to flip bearish, and this is really a good sign for further bullish continuation. I've also got 5 special altcoins. These are low cap altcoins that I expect to perform really well and provide a ton of high profile gains over the next couple months. I've been making so much money off of following these low caps, and so I wanted to share some of my favorite new picks with you guys because I think that these are setting up for some huge potentials. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Make sure that you guys click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos like the one provided for you here. And always remember, guys, I have the fastest growing and the very best Discord community out there for cryptocurrency, and I would really love it if you guys would join. It's free for anybody that wants to. All you guys got to do to join is to click in the description of this video, and there you're going to find the invitation link to my Discord server. Once you guys click that and you get access, I also offer my more exclusive content like the video course and signals. So if you're somebody that wants to copy along with my 20 educational videos for my course, or you want to follow along with my long-term portfolio and copy all of the trades that I take over this cycle, make sure that you guys stay all the way to the end of this video because I'm going to be taking a couple minutes to explain how you guys can sign up, the pros of doing so, and what it's going to take to get you guys going today. Alright guys, we got a lot of really exciting things to talk about today. I'm super hyped to bring you guys these 5 new coins, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alrighty, so we're going to quickly touch up on Bitcoin. Before we jump into these altcoins, I want to talk about some things that are happening because right now we're seeing a pretty interesting pattern that has a lot of people pretty fearful. And to be quite honest, it looks like something that we've already seen a lot just recently. And so I wanted to keep you guys updated as far as what I'm kind of thinking with all of this consolidation so that we're all in the knowing about what to further expect over the next coming weeks. So with Bitcoin today, as you guys can see, we've recently made the attempt to break higher, but we quickly got rejected, right? This was a pretty quick rejection, and we're now starting to close back within this prior consolidation. You know, kind of what a lot of people are drawing right now. Is the potential of this, and so I think a lot of people are going to be watching for this. Now, if you're watching for this on the daily, the thing about this is this, I'm sure, has bearish divergence, which it does. We do have a lower high on the RSI and higher high in price. However, I don't necessarily think that that has to be super bearish. And the reason for this is I actually do think that we could sell through this trend line. I'm not thinking that it's unlikely that we're not going to drop lower because I'm actually seeing something playing out where we're going to keep going down and then pop up, something like this. Now, what I've noticed here is this consolidation that we're seeing looks identical to really the last 2 consolidations that we've seen up to this point. And if I actually come over here, we're going to take this prior consolidation and we're actually going to overlay it over this chart, and I'm going to share with you guys how similar these two are. So the way that this works in the last cycle, we had this attempt where we hit resistance, we came down, we made this little double bottom, and then we made another attempt to break higher. This one technically did pierce above the prior 2 highs, but we were quickly rejected, and then we kind of chopped around for one more low, and then we broke higher, right? And it was this same price action that we're actually seeing right here today. The same type of formation where we sell lower, you know, we make this short-term higher high, this double bottom. We make the second attempt to break up and out of this consolidation only to be rejected. And now, in my opinion, this is where we start the short-term consolidation back down as we'll kind of trend sideways before breaking up higher once again. I personally do not think that we're anywhere close to being done with this because we just barely cleared above this major 10.5K level. This is the one everybody's watching, and it's silly to see everybody on Twitter getting so emotional and getting so ready to flip bearish when, I mean, yeah, we can sell off a little bit more. I mean, it's not like we have to maintain all the way up here. We could sell all the way back down and retest 10.5. And we could still end up going higher. And no matter what, I'm still going to be bullish because we just had a major break out of not only a long-term downtrend of this entire bear market, but a horizontal resistance level that they are both coinciding at the same exact point. this is a super good bullish confirmation that we're seeing right now. And now let's actually go into the 5 altcoins, because I just want to touch up on some things, let you guys know that I'm so bullish on Bitcoin, let you guys know my thoughts and perspective with this on the shorter time frames. Now, these are 5 altcoins that I think are going to be performing really well. They're going to set us up for a lot of profit potential because they are such low cap coins. So first up on the list is the most obvious one, and this is Esprit, or Coin Breeder. This is the one that I've recently got super hyped about because I believe that this is going to be very big further down the line. And the reason for that, to give you guys a basic understanding of what Esprit is. So the current issue that we have is when we build a blockchain like Ethereum, like Bitcoin, these are huge projects that start from the ground up. There's a ton of coding. There's a ton of development that takes place to get those into functional projects. And, one thing that we have an issue with is these DAO systems. And basically what a DAO is, for you guys that don't know, it is a system of governance that is put inside of the blockchain, so that people inside of the communities, the people that use the blockchain, and different people that create the blockchain itself can vote on different matters to make developments, to make any sort of changes that need to be happened. And so this is the way that you implement governance inside of a blockchain, is through DAOs. And these DAO systems are very complex. And one of the issues that we've seen recently is the fact that as we build these blockchains from the ground up, they may have little flaws. And some of those flaws, although small, can completely inhabit and make the blockchain completely useless. And when that happens, there's so much development that takes place from the ground up to create these blockchains, to create these DAO governance systems inside of them, that if there's just one little tiny flaw, it can, ruin the whole project. And so what Esprit is it's a sandbox, kind of like a platform where you guys can create and test and run your own DAO systems. And so this is a way that you guys can test them. You guys can basically kind of drag and drop what you want to see and do inside of that system, so that if there is an issue that you can't foresee happening, you don't have to build the whole blockchain up and get it ready, only to then have it all crumble because of one small error. In Esprit, you're actually going to be able to program and build and test your own DAO systems. And this is really cool. Not only can you do that, but you can also take a lot of the other coins, these DeFi coins like Acropolis, like Compound, like Balancer, Maker, some of these other coins, and you're actually going to be able to stake those and earn free Esprit off of those. And those are some of the best performing DeFi coins in the space currently. And so all of this kind of makes me feel really bullish about Esprit. It's all of these factors that make me want to invest a lot. And what we're seeing right now, in my opinion, is a super good buy opportunity. Now, last time I shared this analysis with you, we were down here. We accumulated some. This is pretty much where I accumulated, within $15 to $14, right around that range. Actually, it would have been $13. Within that range is where I accumulated the most. We're still at that $14 range, and in my opinion, we're going to bounce up from here, because this just looks like kind of rounded structure. We had this. We need to switch up these colors a little bit. We had this type of, let's go. We had this angle of consolidation. We had this angle of consolidation here, which led us to this angle of consolidation here. And now we're literally just going flat right here. And now the next angle of consolidation is going to be upwards like this, right? And that's really what I'm going to be expecting. Higher highs and higher lows from this point on. And that's what's coming in Esprit, because realistically, guys, this is just the first little impulse that we've ever seen in this cycle. There's only 10 million Brie. They're going to be burned. And on top of that, there's incentives for locking a large portion of those away long term. So price appreciation is very good with this project. We're entering the 3-wave. I expect this 3-wave to be pretty big. Lots of hype. Have a short-term correction into the 4, and then we still need a final 5-wave impulse on top of that. And so there's still a lot of upward potential still to come inside of this project. This is just barely getting started. A lot of the old school Link Marines are really heavily invested into this project, and so that should tell you something as far as savvy investors understanding value before everybody else does. So watch out for Esprit. Next up on the list is going to be Trade or Unitrade. This is one that I got in really early. I actually accumulated this one back down in 10 cents. And so I've actually made a nice amount of money off of this one thus far. This was almost my first 10x of the year. Got really, really close. We've got a couple in the running right now for first 10x of the year. We have a few 6x's. We have a few that are over that. This one ended up peaking at just under 8x, and so that was really close, but now we're starting to see it come down a little bit. And I want to talk to you guys about this one because this is kind of the same story with all these other coins. They're just early cycles. This was our first little impulse. This was our 1-wave. This was our 3-wave. and this was our 5 wave, right? And now we're just consolidating back down. And so realistically, this is just our first Elliott wave cycle we've ever had. This was our A, this was our B, and this was our C. Now, keep in mind, it is possible we could dip a little bit lower, but I don't think that it's likely at this point because we've already retested the previous all-time high once, twice, 3 times. And this was a wick with a lot of sell volume that came in, telling me that this dip was bought up quickly. Now, because of this, I'm expecting this to be the end. Now, this is just our first 3 impulse waves ever. That means that this is just Elliott wave impulse 1. And we're getting ready for 3, right? So 3 is going to be bigger. It's going to be the most impulsive. And things, in my opinion, are going to start looking really, really parabolic. I do believe that we could very easily start seeing, unit trade upwards of, $3 to $5. I guarantee it could go much higher than that even, and that's why I've just been kind of holding this one long term because I don't know how high it's going to go. But this is still just an early cycle, so I wanted to share it with you guys because it's still relatively low. It's still a good buying opportunity. Just to the cycle high, you're looking at 75%, and it's only been on this, I don't know how long it's been on exchanges. I think it's only been on Uniswap since the 4th of this month. So these only take a short period of time to move, and when they move a high percent return, which is why I've actually been trading a lot of these and been having a lot of success doing so. So if we run upwards of, let's say we run upwards of $2 to $3, $2 is going to take us to about 333%. $3 is going to take us upwards of 550%. So that's going to be a really nice mover. Overall, I'm going to hold this one long term because supposedly I think what this one is it's actually software that they're going to implement onto Uniswap that's going to add limit and stop and limit orders. This is really important because you can't do that on Uniswap right now, and that's such a pain in the butt. Just being able to buy at whatever random volatile price it is, you can't really have an understanding of that. And so by using unit trade, we're actually going to be able to set stop and limit orders, which is going to really help scalability on Uniswap, usability, all of these things to where it's going to be a very big decentralized exchange, in my opinion. So watch out for unit trade. Alrighty, guys. Next up on the list is going to be one that I think that you may have heard about. This is called Ohm. This one is a coin that is actually listed on Polkadot. So as you guys know, I've recently been super excited about the Polkadot and all of the ecosystem that's being built over there. You have all of the parachains and all of the blockchains that are being built over there, and they've all been mooning. Maybe some of you guys have heard of a couple of them. There's a couple of them like Energy Web Token, Cardia Chain, Acropolis. Those are just a few of them that have all been built over there, and they've been performing super, super well. And because of this, I've actually invested in a few of those, and I've made a lot of profit thus far. And so this is one that just recently got added to Uniswap. I noticed that it was at the same price that it was pretty much at, I think, ICO or close to. And so I ended up just pulling the trigger and buying some. This is one that's still only worth 40 cents. Based off of what I've seen with all of these Polkadot coins, I've already invested into Polkadot. I've already invested into a number of these different Polkadot coins, Chainx, Edgeware, Acropolis. There's a number of these different ones. I hold a lot of them. And I've already made a lot of money in the process. And now we're starting to see Ohm, which is Mantra DAO. These DAO coins are really starting to take off, these governance systems. I don't know why. It's just everything to do with DeFi, really. But more or less, these are really good holds right now. And so I wanted to update you guys with this one. Realistically, there isn't a lot of price history to go off of. It's only been around since the 18th, which was yesterday. So these are really early. Understand that there's more risk when investing into these, but also understand that the reward is also really nice. I mean, from where we're at today, just to the highs is looking at 40%. If this thing just starts moving at all, you're going to be immediately making money. And so that's kind of why I've trusted to invest into these a little bit more. I just kind of went with it and trusted that they were going to do good. And thus far, they've really have rewarded me well. So make sure you guys watch out for Ohm. Now, next up on the list is going to be D.I.Y or D.I.Y, I guess. I don't really know what this is. I bought this one back over here at $3. And so I am in a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of profit thus far. But I really like what I'm seeing with this one. Now, my biggest reason for liking this one is because of this big wick. See this thing? So I've seen this setup play out a lot of different times in years past with me being a crypto investor and trader. Now, sometimes when a coin gets added to exchanges, it'll make this big wick, right? This big pump and dump. And with these coins, oftentimes when they start looking like this just looks like strong consolidation, We went sideways, we made a very quick higher high, and we've just maintained support right here. You know, there really wasn't a lot of selling. This is showing me that there's a lot of money entering this market, and we see this buy volume that comes in with this big breakout. This is a very, very good sign. There's telling me that there's a lot of people buying this money, that's telling me that there's a lot of people buying and entering this market. And with this, guys, you know, this wick really isn't even that unrealistic for us to hit up here. And I do believe that we're going to be venturing upwards of that wick, and we're going to break that at some point. And so as we're following right now, you know, just to the top of that wick, you're looking at 5x returns, which is just insane. Oftentimes I look for these wicks when trading in markets because you can find these, and oftentimes it shows the way for price to follow, and it kind of tells you where price is going to go. Now in this, we've already made this higher high, and we're not that far off from actually hitting this. And so I do believe that we're going to be venturing upwards and hitting that wick. You know, 5x return seems crazy, but there's a lot of talk about this one on Twitter. Like I said, I really don't know anything about it, but I just like it for the chart setup. I'm already in a tiny bit of profit, looking to hold this one further down the line and see what it turns into. All right, guys, last up on the list today is going to be PERX or PERX network. Now, this is one that just got added to Poloniex, and I guess just recently got added to Uniswap as well. But this is a coin. I do believe they're going to be releasing staking soon. I don't know anything about it other than DeFi. That's the thing, guys. I just know that there's a lot of talk about it on Twitter. Kind of what I'm seeing right now is we do have this short-term downtrend that is being built here. What I've noticed inside of this is that this is just an early cycle. You know, wave 1, wave 3, wave 5. And we're having our current correction right now. And I see this as a couple different things. I see this as, you know, maybe this was our A, B, C. And then this entire move here could be our one wave. And we're still working on the remaining impulses as we get into this three-wave structure. You know, this is something that I'm watching out for. Something along the lines of this. Or we could also be seeing something like this. We could be seeing a complicated correction, W, X, Y, right? And so this could be the final point of our corrective move as we just venture down closer to these low points again. I don't really foresee it going too much lower than this. I mean, this could be a big A, B, C all the way down, but I think that's a little bit less likely as far as what the scenario is looking like. We are really oversold. We're tapping the lower boundaries of this RSI. You know, we are back down to this primary support level that we've hit a couple times. I think it's more likely that it's going to hold, and so this is setting up for a good buy opportunity. I actually bought a little bit more, accumulated some already over here, and then it's pretty much already at my break-even point again, so I bought a little bit more today. This is one that, you know, guys, it's not going to take much to get this thing moving. You know, it's only been on exchanges since the 5th, just to its all-time high is 168%, so you're over going to double your money, and it's going to take absolutely no time at all for it to even happen. And when this thing really starts to move, you know, 10x really isn't that far away. So 10x is like 0.07, so like 7 cents. That's all it has to go to for you to make a 10x. And that is not very much time, nor very much of a market movement at all. And so that's why I've been buying some of these low cap coins. You know, they get added to the exchanges. Who knows what they turn into, but DeFi anything, this thing pulls 1000x. You're going to make the 1000x by buying it when they first hit exchanges, when there's really no price confirmation in the slightest. And that's really the way that these work. They're a little bit more of a gamble. They're a little bit more risky, but if you know what you're doing and you know what to look for and you understand how to manage your risk, you can make money off of these. And that's the thing, guys. You guys got to understand that if you want to make money following these, it's really important to join my Discord server because that's where I post all of these signals. All of these have been signals posted inside of the server, and I'm actually going to be watching for these long term. I just want you guys to understand that when you get into these markets, you're either going to take a bunch of losses trying to figure out what you're doing, or you're going to pay somebody that knows what they're doing to help you. And that's the thing with joining my Discord. You know, I offer two different things. I have the video course, which is 20 educational videos that teach you guys all of the strategies that I know for profiting. You guys are going to get access to all of the analysis, you know, basic stuff, trend line support and resistance, intermediate stuff, market cycles, Fibonacci, and then advanced stuff like how to manage a trade, risk management, and things along those lines. And so it's a really good informational guide. I'm also going to be adding new videos to that. if you want to just learn how to do this stuff on your own, that's really going to be your go-to. Now, for the people that would rather just copy my long-term portfolio, this is the go-to that I think everybody should go if you're only going to pick one. You guys can purchase them together or separate. It's $1,000 each or $2,000 for both. But the signals is really the one where you can make a lot of money doing it. You know, you guys get access to all of these signals before I post them, along with my long-term portfolio updates when I sell and take profits on something, where I move profits to, how much, how little, all of those type of things, because that's the most important thing to understand here, guys. Anybody can make profit when investing into the cryptocurrency markets, but it takes a special somebody to understand when to sell and how to actually manage that winning trade or that losing trade. Because, you know, you can make a ton of winning trades, but you take one losing trade without managing your risk right, and then all of that profit's gone. And that's what I'm going to be helping you guys do inside of the Discord. So make sure you guys check that out. The way you guys join is to click inside of the Discord. The way you guys join is to click in the description of this video, and there you're going to find the invitation link to my server. Just click that. Once you guys have access, you guys can message me, or you can message any of the 6 moderators, and we will be here to help you guys get started on the right path of profiting today. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you guys for holding through this bear market, because now is where the fun part starts, where we make all of this life-changing money together. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and with all that being said, I'll catch you in the next video. As always, peace out.